The Electoral Court's been sitting today in that application brought by Umkhonto weSizwe, challenging the decision of the Electoral Court to prevent former President Jacob Zuma from being a candidate. Karinda Shakmahan has been following the case. She's outside. Karinda, good afternoon to you. Plenty of people quite excited there to see former President Zuma.
Good afternoon, especially seeing the former president come outside, address the crowd on a number of issues, including many allegations against the IEC, because now this fight is between Umkhonto weSizwe and the IEC. But I'm joined by Buyi Majola, who used to be an ANC member. She's now a fervent MK supporter. Ms. Majola, thank you for your time. Tell me why the switch from the ANC to today standing out in the rain and cold to see the former president?
I think it was a long overdue transformation for all of us. If we're not waking up from what we experienced from under the ANC that we used to love, that has turned against us. Now we are justifiably here within Umkhonto weSizwe because we want to remedy the wrongs that are happening within the African National Congress. We're no longer familiar with the ANC because we don't know what the ANC still stand for. So that is why I'm here in Umkhonto, which now wants to redirect things that are being done by the ANC and rescue people of South Africa.
What went through your mind when you heard that the former President Jacob Zuma would not be allowed to participate in the election?
You know, because I'm a positive person, I knew from the onset that what is just a taboo. In actual fact, the Constitution exists because he was part of people that constructed the Constitution. So how do you then misinterpret something that was not was written by the same person? So we all understand why we are here where we are now, but the ANC is actually shooting themselves on the foot. Because this is an embarrassment not only to the IEC, but to the ANC itself, because this is the ANC that influences IEC to do whatever it is that are doing.
Two possible outcomes tomorrow. Either Zuma will be part of the election or not. Of course, if it's part of the election, you'll be very happy, but what if it's not?
I'll tell you this, even judges and members are legitimate South Africans. So they understand exactly what is it that needs to be done. We were in court. We saw that all directions are now pointing to us having our president in the ballot paper. There's no question about that. Whoever had an opinion that Zuma is going to be ousted, that is not the case. Zuma's face is going to be in the ballot paper.
Well, there you go. You're hearing from a very strong MK supporter. I just want to drop in to just quickly hear what other MK members have to say. Sir, just a quick word from you. What do you think? What went through your mind when you saw President Jacob Zuma here?
Yes, ma'am. In truly, ma'am, see that as a young freak of South Africa, we are really sure as the youth of South Africa that soberness in mind. Jacob Zuma will be on the ballot and we are going to support Zuma. Even the young child at the preschool, they see this ANC of today of Ramaphosa is not a true reflection ANC. He just captured the state, he's captured everything with the Stan Bosch names. So we are in support of Zuma and the Zuma will be on the ballot paper. That is not the case.
Thank you so much. Well, there you have some members of the MK party. I think we'll just take a last word from you, sir. Tell us about the court case and the arguments that you heard today. Let's hear about what has happened.
No, thank you very much. My name is Pilani Kazuzunduli, the coordinator of the Youth League in Gauteng. We want to say today that the MK party is going to become victorious out of this case. The same way we've won the case in Bloemfontein, we won the other cases. The IEC has no case whatsoever here. This is a desperate attempt by the ANC because the IEC is an extension of the ANC. It's a last kick of a dying horse to try and stop the view of the people. You cannot stop an idea whose time has come. Even an army of men cannot stop an idea whose time has come. We want Zuma in the parliament list, and as the Youth League, we are willing to lay down our lives and fight for Msholos to be on the ballot.
I'm going to actually just go around and just tell you there that tomorrow the verdict will be announced. It might be a written statement. The reasons for which will be deferred to another date for the court to explain. But it's an important one. And essentially, just as we wrap up and you see the the fervent support by Zuma supporters. It is the IEC against Umkhonto weSizwe, and essentially arguments around Section 47(1)(e) of the Constitution, and which ultimately states that a person has the right to vote, and if they are able to hold a political office, there are parameters. They cannot be a convicted person, and they also go on to say that they cannot be having faced a sentence for over 12 months. And these were some of the arguments today made with the Umkhonto weSizwe legal team, saying that the IEC has no mandate to bar any person from being a candidate for the National Assembly, that this is something that the National Assembly has the mandate to do so, but the defense saying that the IEC is the body which actually will determine the candidates and the legitimacy of these candidates before they go on to be part of the National Assembly. So it's ultimately an interpretation of the Constitution, an interpretation of the type of conviction that Zuma faced and the number of months he was in prison for. He was in jail for 3 months after his sentence was remitted by the president, remember, last year. But all of these technicalities come into play, and we're going to hear tomorrow what the verdict will be. And of course, it is going to have an influence and an impact, because you can see the number of support that has come out just here in Johannesburg, and you know that in KwaZulu-Natal as well. Much more support waiting for the former president.
Karinda Jagmahan live for you at the Johannesburg High Court, the site of today's electoral court case. Thank you very much indeed. We'll bring that decision to you, of course, tomorrow.